All right.
That was just me for a second. I'm like, oh crap.
I almost forgot to send you the link, man. I was
Well,
like, oh,
good, my
damn,
friend.
that's why he's not coming in. I forgot to send you the link. Hey, welcome to Military History Chronicles, where today we are going to talk about World War II. How about
The
that?
big one. The big
Yeah, it's a
one.
good one.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong when you're discussing. And don't get me wrong, yeah, it's war, and a lot of people died during that war. But just
Right.
talking about the history of it, it's
It's probably one of the most fascinating points in time in history so far.
isn't that the truth? That is the truth. Let's see a couple of things. Not a whole lot. We'll just cover this real quick. Nothing a whole lot different going on
No.
in Gaza. Just a lot of fighting, hard fighting.
Hard battles. If you guys are paying attention to our show there on Halloween, the firefight that Eric and I were talking about, 9 guys were killed in that battle, the IDF.
Yep.
That's what was happening there. Pretty wild.
It's
Pretty
high
wild.
intensity. It reminds me exactly of Fallujah. 100%.
Right. Yeah.
It's exactly like Fallujah. And that was a bloody fight. The first
Oh,
one was bad. The second one, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was bad too, but I think they went in with some overwhelming force on the second
Right.
second go around.
they
Yeah.
learned their lessons there. Slugfest, door to door,
Yep.
inch by inch,
It's-
foot by
it's-
foot.
It's infantry on infantry. Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
can bring in armor, but you gotta make sure your area is clear before you bring in armor, because people could peek around the corner and next thing you know you're up in flames.
Those alleyways nullify armor sometimes. You know.
They do. Yes, absolutely. The condemnation is still, of course, all over the place. Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert, thanks. Yep. We're going to get into it here in a minute. Just tidying up some things. One cool thing that I got in my email, and I think, I don't know, I didn't email.
No, you sent to me.
That was for the, that's for the
okay.
Pearl Harbor. But I got something from Union Pacific because I belong to the Steam
Ooh.
Club. The big boy is going to do
Okay.
an entire system-wide basically run. It's going to go to Chicago, Salt Lake City, Houston.
Oh,
It's going to go to Roseville.
okay.
Going to go to Portland. It's going to cover up all the major spots for Union, the Union Pacific system. They're hitting all those areas. So I've been
Beautiful.
waiting for it to come up north here in Northern California. So we definitely going to have to go check that out.
Keep it on out.
100%.
Yeah, Roseville's my backyard, man.
Exactly. I'll be there, and there's going to be thousands of people there to go watch that.
Oh, I hope
What
so.
I'm thinking of doing was because they'll announce the schedule more, I want to get up in the Sierra and get some good shots of it coming through Donner
Oh,
Pass and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
try to follow it a little bit. It's hard. You can't really, sometimes you could follow a train going along its route, but coming through that Sierra, and there's not a whole lot of roads. There's only certain places you could go, wait for it to go by, then go to another spot. You can't follow it. It's
Kind of like the Grants Pass area of Oregon.
Yeah. Exactly. The 99, that's a perfect place to go, but it ain't going to come that way. I don't think. I think it's going to come. If it's going to go to Roseville, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably going to come up over Donner. I don't know if it's going to take the southern route. If it takes the southern route and it comes up the 99 corridor, oh, then yeah.
That would be so slick, man.
You could get a lot of trackside just running with the train. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so they announced that today. So sometime in 2024, it's gonna traverse the entire system of Union Pacific. It's gonna be fun.
Looking forward to that one.
All right. So I did that poll, about a week ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
People have decided they wanted to talk about World War II. Let's see how many people know who was on the thumbnail. I kind of felt bad. I kind of leave a few people out, but I only got so much room in the thumbnail. And then if I get too many people, it's going to look really stupid.
Well,
A couple of them are easy.
Actually, I think most of them are.
Let's see if the chat can figure it out.
Yeah,
Maybe it's here.
I'm not going to say anything. I was about to type in the check.
You can type it in private. Type it in private. See what you got.
All right. Well, shit. That's.
If you want to go from left to right, or you could go right to left.
I'm gonna go.
It does. The spelling doesn't have to be perfect either. It's just because some of them are kind of hard. Yeah, MF, he likes World War II. Yeah, your uncle. Yeah, I see you put up that article about your uncle. He was there. If I'm not mistaken, he liberated Dachau, right? He lost the thumbnail. Here we go. There we go. I'll put it right back up. There we
Throw
go.
it on up.
There is the thumbnail. Let's see how many people could get that. I think there's a couple of them in there, kind of easy.
The Russian guy is going to be hard.
Ah, you got to put the Russian in there. They're a huge part in this.
I know the name of the German. I just can't place him. I just cannot place the freaking name right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the other guys I definitely know.
Yeah, I didn't put MacArthur. I should have put MacArthur. MacArthur is not in there though.
Negatory, you're not in there.
I wanted to put him in there, but oh well.
How did I do as far as the middle guys go? I know I didn't get the left and the right there.
Okay. Mussolini. No, that's not.
He's not in there either.
No, not Mussolini. There. These are all going to be generals. None of them are. Well, one of them became a world leader. But...
So the one on the far left is definitely a Russian. So there's your hint. And the far right is definitely a German.
Yep.
I know it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember his damn name. Damn it. Oh, snap. This is gonna kick my ass.
Let me see.
How did I do? I think I did all right.
You're close. The one American you did get wrong.
Is that
the
Omar?
One on the far right? No, not Patton. It's not Patton.
That's what I thought too.
He kind of looks like Patton, but it's not Patton.
Oh, damn it!
All right. Should I do it now or should I let it go further in? Maybe
let's wait. Let's wait.
Let's wait on that. Okay, that sounds good. Good. I like that. We'll you guys can figure that one out. And you can't Google it either. You can't Google a picture because that's one thing I hate about this. Because I would like to try to test some people, but you could type it out in Google in no time and you'd be able to figure this stuff out. But hey, okay, chat. Where do you guys want to go with this?
One of those questions. Shit. Hold on. I'll put it in.
You know what I could do? Oh yeah.
Chat.
Here, let me put this in. Oh, where the hell? What did I do with my damn YouTube? Here, hold on. I forgot I put in I got the live cam going.
How the hell did I get confused by that? I confused one general for another. Man, I should be ashamed. But they were good friends though. They those two fought for a while there on their tactics and the way of conducting business.
Mm-hmm.
One was always very rash, and the other one was more. Well,
even keel.
I think the even keeled one had more experience in World War I. I think that's the reason why it led to him acting a certain way when it came to handling the other general. But that shall not be named. That shall not be named until later. That's a cool story. We read about your uncle on the last stream there.
That was pretty damn cool. Yeah, he has helped liberate Dachau. That's huge. That is huge.
That's some hardcore badass. I can only imagine what he saw and went through, man. I mean, that's just.
You know what? I didn't even think about this. I'm going to do what Dan does here. It makes sense.
What's that?
Where only subscribers can chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the slow mode. Okay, I got it now. I got to remember that. So when things get really hairy, you can put it in slow mode. What it does is it slows down the chat and how fast it's going.
Okay.
Now, because sometimes when you get if you get a few hundred people in the
it gets crazy.
Someone got one.
Someone definitely got one.
You redeemed yourself, Will. You redeemed yourself.
Shit.
All right, but so chat. I'll go ahead and you guys can ask questions about World War II. We'll see what we could do about figuring it out.
What shall we talk about?
If we don't get no participation, that's fine. I mean, we could figure something out how to do this.
Oh no, I got some World War II stuff we could talk about. I think you and I both have had family in those wars, so we could start there.
Yeah. Let's see if anyone has anything. Yeah, the Eisenhower. Yeah, that one wasn't too hard.
No,
he's kind of hidden behind one of them, but you should be able to get that one. The other ones they're kind of tricky. The German one can, the German and the Russian I kind of figured would be
It would throw you off, yeah.
Yep.
I know. Damn it! It's funny is I know the faces. I know both their names, but I can't freaking place it because they're not at the forefront of American history.
Exactly.
But I do know who they are. I just can't place the damn freaking
Now,
name.
one thing I got to kind of make a disclaimer, and this is kind of changing throughout the scholarship of history. Yeah, you got those big guys up there on the thumbnail because that's
Right.
what people kind of know. You know,
Right.
as far as like your run of the mill kind of history, you know, the leaders,
brand,
the leaders
right,
seem to get the big focus. You know, when you start getting down into like divisions and regiments and all that's the same thing with the Civil War. When you get down into that type of history, I mean, because there's a lot of history there. There's people at that level that made significant contributions to the war.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy on the left, the Russian, has to do with tanks.
Yes.
Kind of, sort of.
Yes. Ooh, I heard that. Did you hear that? I got.
Oh, you got the other feed up. I need to go plug myself.
It's the one from Reuters. That's the one I'm on right now. I always keep that. Yesterday when we were live on.
Oh, dude! You sent me that link yesterday. I was just like, whoa, that is some serious fight, Holmes.
Oh, you saw the Enola Gay? Wow, that's cool.
Oh, nice, dude.
That's awesome. One of these days, I want to get out there.
There's so many good museums in this country. It's not even freaking funny.
You know, they're all on the damn East Coast, man.
I know, but hey, don't forget about our own backyard, though. We got some pretty good stuff out here too.
Yeah, we do. Matter of fact, man, we should meet up at the train museum one of these days.
Yeah, or McClellan. The McClellan area
McClellan,
really cool too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be right up our alley.
I'm not going to give hints of what my answer is for the Civil War one, but I'm liking the direction that I'm seeing in the poll.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me see.
I'm just going to leave it at that. That tells me we have a very educated audience.
That means people have been reading. That's what I want.
Yeah, I like it.
That's what I want. Because then people are like, I don't know who this guy is, so let me look him up. All right. It's a trend. I like it. I'm liking it.
Don't go for the
people
name
out
brand.
there doing some research.
Do your research. Find out who was the real master of puppets, so to speak.
Yeah.
But that other stream you got is live right now, and it's cracking right now. That the one you sent me yesterday. I'll put it.
Oh God, can you send me that link? I tried to find it. I think it's because I'm on a.
Do this.
Yes,
I'll put it.
Send me that one. That one. That was the Steve. That's the Steve camera.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, well, how come this one popped out of nowhere, man? Jeez.
Because that's the one that was on, and you could actually hear him crowing.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh, you can hear
all yeah! Holy crap! It's going
on this sucker right now, man. There you guys go. There's that link.
Drones.
This is live from Gaza. Have you seen it?
Oh, I heard right before I came on that the IDF is in Gaza City now.
So, before we move back to the World War II stuff, they have apparently cut off part of Gaza. So they've kind of encircled
the north from the south,
and they're kind of working their way down now. So this is going to get real hairy, real interesting. Kind of a similar thing we did to Fallujah,
where you surrounded them.
We didn't have a sea there as the other part of surrounded. We surrounded the entire thing. But yeah, so very similar to Fallujah. I mean, these poor guys probably, I was about to, you and I talked about last night, the mental toll alone is a freaking wound. I mean, these guys are probably all on edge. God, I mean, I can imagine some people have already cracked up already. I mean, just, you got to watch every window, every door. Everything looks like an IED to you. Everything looks like a little spider hole that somebody could pop out of. I mean, it's just got to be insane for these boys.
Is your live UA map coming up? Because I can't pull it up. Every time I hit the link, it just sits there. See if it comes up for you. Is it just it's a circle?
Yeah, it's doing it to me too.
Okay, it must be down. It must be down. I'm just gonna leave it then.
Ripperoni.
All right, but there was this type of warfare during World War II as well. When they went into some of these big cities.
Stalingrad was one of those as well.
That was insane. That whole siege right there. Oof.
Battle of Berlin. Berlin was another one. Carentan.
Carentan.
That was early on. Market Garden, Operation Market Garden has street fighting.
Yep. Once we went into Aachen, the Battle of Aachen, that was a big battle. Yep. But most of the battles happened out in, open land. Battle of Hürtgen Forest, the Battle of the Bulge, the Ardennes. I mean,
it was interesting how it kind of played out. It was almost a mixture of the old school plus the new school of doing things. Hey, we're going to fight an open territory as well as these cities every once in a while. I mean, it's almost like, warfare was transforming in real time, so to speak. That's kind of how World War I happened. Remember, they still had World War I. They still had cavalry charges against freaking machine gun nests. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, because they had no idea. Barbed wire. Yeah. That was made its first entrance. Was barbed wire was in World War I.
Yeah, the old sea wire, and the tactics developed from there.
Yep. But let's go with that. Anyone have any questions about World War II? Any direction you guys want to go as far as that? Because I know a lot of people like to talk about World War II. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can go that way.
Yeah, we can steer it, but if you guys want to ask something,
yeah, absolutely.
By all means.
We'll see if anyone. All you hear is carumping all over the place, man.
That's just
Why does it say bad gateway? Error code 502.
Oh, hey, my live UA just finally loaded. I wonder if they're getting hammered by something, DDoS attacks or something.
Maybe. I know they said Microsoft was reporting that there is some official U.S. emails were compromised or something like that. So, mine's not coming up. I'll just let it sit there. Was the bomb necessary to end the war? Ooh.
Yeah. You want to call my Japanese grandma right now? She'll give you an answer on that one.
Oh man, dude.
I could give her.
It's
so damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, I mean
that's my take on
it. Okay, here's a question. I can understand maybe using a bomb, but the target that was chosen or targets, maybe not so much. I don't know, man. That's tough.
Well,
hey, what's up, Eric?
If you look, I did some research on that, and evidently they scouted targets from everything from Tokyo to my grandmother's hometown of Sendai. What they did not want to do, they knew they were going to kill civilians. They knew flat out civilians were going to die. They wanted to choose places that would not have historical impact. In other words, they didn't want to bomb Tokyo because of old history there.
Right. There was debate.
Yeah, they chose not to bomb Sendai, which is where my grandmother's from, for the same reason. And so they chose Nagasaki and Hiroshima instead. And, still, the loss of life there, hundreds of thousands of people up in smoke, just like that, But then again, the alternative is we would go in and we would invade a country who, at that point, remember, these people were radicalized to look at Americans. Look what happened when we invaded Iwo Jima. They jumped off cliffs, even though we wanted to help the civilians. They
actually, I think that was actually Okinawa where they were doing that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how these people were kind of, taught to, like, hey, these people aren't here to help you, so on and so forth. So at that time, they had a civilian defense force come in. If we had invaded, it would cost who knows how many more lives we would have to have taken in order to stop that freaking war. So
it's weird.
And again,
the Russians were going to get ready to come and get involved, but the caveat to that is, if they start getting involved in Japan, what kind of influence would they have had post-war?
Exactly. So dropping the bomb nullified what was going to happen with Russia trying to come in. And don't forget, though, Russia did claim some of the Japanese territory after the war.
Right, the Northern Islands or something. I think there's still a debate on that, right?
Yeah, there is still a debate. So they got a piece of it no matter what. That's a hard decision. That's a hard decision.
It is, man.
As a leader.
And like I said, my issue was, and I know there was a huge thing. I read about it. Matter of fact, in my World War II class, there was a group put together for specifically debating which targets to use.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So yeah.
They had the Sendai one. I know this because my grandmother was born and raised there, but they had a military garrison just outside of the city. It was the 44th Infantry Battalion or Division, something like that. And they were in charge of training and bringing up their troops and so on and so forth. That's the reason why Sendai was one of the targets. In fact, that's the reason why they were firebombed multiple times during the war. It's because they were a strategic military target to the Americans. They also had a bomb factory outside of Sendai where my great-grandfather actually worked at. And that bomb factory actually supplied bombs for Pearl Harbor. So, yeah, I've got that in my blood, man. Yeah, sorry.
Wow. But yeah, that's a tough question, man. It really is. And just for the simple fact, because in World War II, it set a precedent that was not right off the get-go. I mean, I guess you could say it started in, well, shoot. Okay, because I mean, this could go weird because as far as aerial bombardment is concerned,
right?
You know, the strategic bombing campaign, even though it really wasn't strategic, it was just flattening cities.
Right.
But
but that was
it all started with Germany when they started the Blitz on London.
That's the dangerous precedent set: kill civilians to end the war.
Yes, and that was an actual strategy.
Right.
That was a strategy, not necessarily by the Germans, but once Germany started bombing London, the Allies at that point says, "Okay, we'll bring you to your knees. We'll start bombing all your cities." All the cities in Germany freaking got. Dresden is probably the worst because of the fire afterwards.
Oh, yeah. That was probably
Cologne. You see pictures of Cologne. The only thing that was standing was the damn cathedral. That was it.
Remember, Dresden was the Paris of that time. Everybody went to Dresden. Nobody went to Paris. Nobody gave a flying rat's butt about Paris. It was all Dresden. And then during World War II, when it was firebombed, I mean, it was like, imagine if Paris was firebombed. You know, you don't have an Eiffel Tower. You don't have that anymore.
And ain't that something that Paris never got bombed? Both the Germans and the Allies, they made the decision, we ain't gonna bomb that city because of all the history that involved in that city. It's quite amazing that city got spared. It really is.
Now, Aaron, don't forget though, after the first bomb hit, there was a attempted coup d'etat. There was an attempted coup that wanted to keep. Well, I think it was a second bomb hit, somewhere around that time. There was a coup d'etat that they wanted to keep the Japanese fighting the Americans.
Yeah. The Japanese. I mean, I got a good book. I probably should finish reading that whole thing, but it was for my World War II class, and it really gets into it's mostly about the Pacific part. It was called what the hell is it called? The Eagle and the Sun or something like that. I can't remember. But the politics that were involved in Japan, even just prior to the war, there was coups all over the place.
Yep.
There was. Do you remember there was something where all these young guys that were in the military, whether it was the Navy or the Army, they all started chopping off their fingers in protest. There was some weird stuff. I mean, it's
almost cult-like, almost
very cultish. Yes. And if you didn't go along with because the Army and the Navy wielded so much power, and both of them had different. Did you ever hear they had the Northern Plan and they had the Southern Plan?
Yeah.
And they decided to go with the Southern Plan because that's where all the resources were for to sustain they needed the oil and the rubber in the South China Sea from Indonesia and all that place in order to do what they needed to do. So that's why they picked the Southern Plan, and in the Northern Plan they didn't really want to face off against us quite yet. But to get back to that, you're talking about a coup, and that's what was happening all during in Japan prior to that. It's very fascinating just the way that their society and their culture was before even the war kicked off.
You could almost say, in a sense, and I hate to say this, but you could almost say they were almost like the Gaza people. You know, they radicalized.
Very radicalized.
Believe
but it wasn't.
Thing.
But one thing, it wasn't based on religion. It was just more of a extreme. Well, that happened a lot in World War II. Extreme nationalism,
superiority.
Yep, exactly.
Which is the reason why they invaded Asia in the first place, is because how dare you?
They thought everyone else was inferior.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but they believe that every other Asian, and to this day they still believe the same. Don't believe that any other way. They still believe that any other Asian is subhuman to them. I mean,
Mm.
without a freaking doubt. I mean, hell, you want to call my grandma? But yeah, I'll tell you this. Aaron. I will tell you this. Having someone, this is a beautiful thing about being in America, because people like us, we're mutts, right? We're kind of mixed to everything, and I happen to be mixed with Japanese. And in my sense, I have a Japanese grandmother right now who was bombed 3 times in World War II, fire bombs, and she saw people die and whatnot. And hell, she was shot at by B-29 bombers when she was running through the rice paddies. And she'll be the first one to tell you, I'm glad they dropped the bomb because it stopped the war.
Wow.
And
Interesting.
And to me, if I hear something like that, I'm like, okay, cool. I think we did the right thing then.
Interesting.
And,
now, what is her saying that? How much does that reside with other people? Is that something common, or is that kind of like percentage wise? I don't know if you can even do that.
Mm-hmm.
Has she said other people have felt the same way I did, or is it kind of?
I think there might be a component there where it's the northern Japanese versus the southern Japanese, because of where the location of where the attacks were. I think the northerners look at it again in Japan and northern Japan. Japanese are superior to the southern Japanese. That's kind of how their culture works and kind of has always been. And I think there might be a little bit of that going on there, but overall, and from what she was telling me, I mean, her friends, she has a lot of Japanese friends. She's part of the Japanese American Citizens League, and I spoke to a few of her friends as well. They feel the same way. In fact, one of her old friends, her name is Humi. She is actually from Hiroshima, and she says the same thing, that they're glad that they dropped the bomb. She wasn't there at the time, obviously, otherwise she wouldn't be alive. Right. But she's glad the war stopped and ended. Otherwise, it would cause more pain. And they in their words, they saw enough death as it was. They saw enough.
I mean, it probably affected. I'm sure every family is affected. They probably lost somebody.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother telling me she was also worried that they would never surrender. She was worried the Japanese would never surrender. She was worried that even after the second bomb was dropped, they wouldn't surrender. Because there's going to be a third bomb on us, what was going to happen? And that they were all scared about that, and so they were afraid that the Americans would drop more of these nukes on them, and so that they had that in the back of their minds as kids. And she was 10 years old at the time, So
isn't it amazing that Hirohito made it all the way through that?
Yeah, well,
but I'm gonna tell you something right now.
He was almost assassinated during the coup.
Yeah, I don't think he had. To be honest, I think he was an emperor in name only. It was the army and the navy.
Hideki Tojo ran that show.
Yeah.
And it's the way the Japanese are set up like that to this day. They still call their prime minister the shogun. And in Japanese culture, the shogun runs the military. The emperor is more of like a religious piece.
Figure.
They run all they're the figurehead for all the Shinto belief and all the ceremonies and so forth. They're not supposed to really be in charge of the military. So, in other words, you can make a case that Hirohito was a puppet in some facts, and you can make a very strong case about that. I really do believe that Tojo was the real man behind everything.
Yeah, probably was. Oh. Yeah, but hey, I think we kind of covered the bomb dropping pretty good there. I mean, you could get a lot more into it. You really can, because, like I said, it's tough. It is. Again,
it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. I mean,
exactly.
It's just all it is. It's a double-edged sword.
It's funny, kind of during Afghanistan. Remember all the fighting going on in Tora Bora?
Oh yeah,
when that's when we dropped our first Moab. And when we dropped the Moab, the Brits actually said, they're bloody nuking the bastards. Supposedly that was a quote. They thought we were nuking them because that's how big the Moab was.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys know what the Moab was? I don't know if it was the mother of all bombs. They dropped it out of the back of a C-130, if I'm not mistaken.
They did.
It's similar to what they had this in Vietnam. It was a big ass bomb that they dropped out of the back of a C-130, and it had a huge daisy cutter on it, or breaker daisy cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what it does, it's this big, you put a big, and you'll see a lot of that in matter of fact, Vietnam, you saw that the most. they would put these long tubes at the end of the bombs. So what happens was that the bomb would detonate above the ground.
Above the ground, yeah.
And the one that they dropped out of bag of C-130, what it would do is it would clear out a swath of jungle so the helicopters could come land in.
Yeah. That's how that's how I did the landing zones back in LZ X-ray, back in the first stages of us being involved in Vietnam and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Are you talking about Hal Moore?
Yeah, man,
that guy
that's
was
a discussion on its own right there. That
guy was ahead of his time. I mean, he knew tactics. He knew what it took. We could get into Vietnam though. That could be another.
Don't forget his CSM that was with them. He was in World War II. He did all the parachute jumps, and he did all the jumps in Korea as well. So he had somebody behind him who knew what the hell was going on.
You need that. You need to.
You need to go to SEO.
World War II benefited the U.S. tremendous. Yep, 100%. Matter of fact, that was like the perfect antidote for recovering from the Great Depression.
Exactly. It gave us a shot in the arm, and back then, guys, remember, we were a know-nothing country, really.
We were nothing.
We were an isolationist country. I mean, we were doing good on, just on our own, really. I mean, well, really, but we had a Great Depression going on. But the war allowed us to build up our manufacturing. We became, made in USA became a thing. And because of that, we became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how that worked out.
And that was a point in time when the U.S. surpassed the entire world as far as a military might, and we didn't even want to have anything to do with it. I mean, as far as like 1940, it was like we wanted.
Late.
Yep.
Yeah, we stepped in late, just like we did World War I. We stepped in late, and but again, without us, I tell you what, man.
I don't know. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows how that would have gone? Jeez.
Exactly. And what's different is usually wars do that. It happens almost in everywhere. Well, the Civil War, I guess to an extent, yeah, because, but it had such a devastating effect. I mean, it was kind of both, because the North was perfectly fine because they were barely touched by war.
The infrastructure of the South was decimated.
Oh, the South was just laid to ruins. So there had to be some rebuilding there. But the North, the biggest impact, of course, was manpower. I mean, that was the biggest thing. I'm not sure who invented the cluster bomb. Those have been around for a while, though.
Wouldn't be so. You know what? This is where we do one of those things called Google Foo.
There you go. I don't know who invented it.
Check that out, Mark. We'll get you the answer.
But God, there's some loud explosions going on, ain't it?
All right, here's your answer. It was invented in World War II to attack both civilian and military targets. The technology was developed independently by the United States, Russia, and Italy.
Hey, there you go.
So there you go. All three of those countries developed cluster munition.
Yeah, those things have been around forever. I guess they're trying to ban them now.
I think they have been banned, I believe, by the Geneva Convention.
I don't think not all countries have signed in on it, but I think it depends on I don't know. It's weird.
And we still have napalm was banned, but we still have what's called MV88s that we do. It's a fuel mixture.
Oh, fuel air.
Yeah.
The fuel air bombs. Aaron says many argue that the United States is wrong and to not allow other countries to get a nuke for fear they may use them. Oh my gosh, what's funny? I'm watching a YouTube right now. As a matter of fact, I got it paused, and they're talking about Ukraine giving up their nukes, right? But they're talking about, they're getting a little bit foundational here in what was there was treaty signed, I believe it was 1968, where some of these nuclear wielding powers signed an agreement. We don't want this. We don't want every damn nation to be able to get these.
Right.
If we can limit the amount of people who have these type of weapons, the world will be a better place. And to be honest with you, I would agree. You cannot. Some of these people, you just cannot allow a nuclear weapon based on their values, based on their history, based on a whole bunch of different things. So now, is it kind of contradictory for us to tell someone else not to? Yeah, I guess it is. But we also understand that, if it ever came down to having to use nuclear weapons, well, the shit has really hit the fan.
We're the first
we're not
country to use them.
indiscriminating.
Yeah, we're the first country to use them, and we're the first country to know what the effects are of using these things. And I think that should weigh on people. Hey, we've used them in the past, and we killed almost 1 million people with these damn things. So, well, not many people. We killed 340,000.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But I mean, regardless, that's a hell of a lot of life extinguished with this to drop.
I mean, it even got to the point, back in the 80s in the Cold War, man. Do you want to talk about nuclear missiles? We were scaring the bejesus out of the Russians because of the technology we were able to do with some of this nuclear weapons. We had the ones that really got them were the intermediate cruise missiles. They did not like that. They didn't like having cruise missiles sitting in Germany or in the UK where it could hit in no time. They did not like that.
I think what people don't really understand too, these ICBMs aren't just one nuke. They're multiple. They are they're called a MIRV, and they will drop nuclear warheads from overhead, GPS guided, to multiple whatever the hell. I mean, you can have 5 nukes going off at once. That's how scary this stuff is these days.
Yeah, those are. But the intermediate ones, those were just cruise missiles that had a nuclear. And then don't forget, if you got a submarine parked off the coast, that'll do damage. You got bombers.
About the suitcase nukes that the special forces soldiers were trained on how to use during the Cold War.
Yeah,
they
had artillery nukes. Artillery nukes. I mean, they thought of everything to make for nuclear. I mean, any weapon system seemed to be able to deliver a nuclear munition. So, look at that. Chardal just repeated exactly what you said.
Appreciate it, Chardal. Thanks for the backup, Holmes.
NorCal Sports. I think there's going to be one on Saturday there. MF.
Ooh, Eric L's talking about the U-boats. Yeah, man. I don't know if I'd have the nuts to do one of those things, to be honest with you.
No thanks.
Dark, hot as all hell.
And most of the time and a lot of times they weren't submerged when they sunk these ships. A lot of times they were, they would maybe shoot a torpedo, then they'd surface and come over with their damn cannon on the boat and finish the job. Yeah. Russians were nasty. Oh, not Russian. The Germans were nasty with those U-boats until we started being able to have aircraft reach out and develop our own anti-submarine warfare type stuff. Yeah.
I mean, the merchant marines suffered. I think they suffered more casualties than the damn Navy did.
I don't know if there was a famous German boat that disguised itself as a merchant marine, and it would just raid a bunch of boats.
Yeah. I think that turned into a movie. If I remember correctly, that was a movie. It turned into a movie.
Was it a movie? I seen it on a documentary. I can't remember, but they eventually caught them, but they would just steal because they were able to, supply Germany with a bunch of stolen equipment.
ICBM. Yes, Chardal. That thing is
yes.
That thing is nobody's friend.
Nope.
U-571. Yes, that is. There it is, Mark.
Oh, that was a movie. They made a movie about that.
Yeah.
That's when they the whole Enigma, isn't that what it was?
The Enigma, yeah.
They actually did. They actually didn't take it from the Enigma. It was actually Polish people in the UK that developed the technology to be able to break the Enigma. If I'm not mistaken,
they made a computer the size of, probably about the size of a home.
Yeah.
And they would plug in these little doodads. I don't know how we would call them today. And they would run all these numbers and hope to get the right damn code breaking. And it took them years to get the code broke. And once they did, hey, they were able to.
The gig was up.
The gig was up, man.
Oh, speaking of technology, how about the Germans? Man, they knew how to develop. Holy crap, man.
Well, not only were they great rocket engineers, but on top of that, let's talk about the Panzerfaust. That was a damn game changer.
All their weapons, their tanks, their assault rifles, of course, like you said, the rocketry, the aircraft, everything was top-notch stuff. The only thing is, you can't outcompete the United States in manufacture. That's what it was. It was just sheer number.
Do you guys in the Air Force have the ability to do the Germans heavy weapons course?
I'm sorry, the what?
The German heavy weapons course. They have the MG. They have the new MG42. It's called the MG3. Part of that course is you shoot that thing, and that thing it sounds like the movie.
It sounds like a laser beam.
Hitler's buzzsaw, man. Just I mean, that thing is.
The rate of fire. The MG42. That was one of the most feared weapons in the European theater.
They still use it. It's called the MG3.
They just modified it.
Yeah, same thing. It's a big old sucker too, man. It's huge compared to our 240 Bravo.
I bet. Is it a 7.62?
Oh yeah.
It is. Was the MG42 7.62?
No, I think it was.
I think it's a different type of caliber, right?
It was a different caliber. It was one of their little special. That's the other thing too. You can get into the calibers of all the weaponry. They had, the Russians had different calibers. I mean, the Germans used different calibers, and we had our own calibers that we were using.
Well, we had the M1. That was a 308, right?
That was 308.
And then you had the Thompson machine gun, which is 9mm.
No wait. The M1 was a 30-06.
It was 30-06.
30-06, yeah.
Okay. And then you had the Thompson machine gun it's 9mm, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe it was 45.
You're right. It was a 45 caliber. My bad.
45 ACP.
That's a lot. That's a lot of lead coming at you with one of those. My
and then
God.
the grease gun they used in World War, and the grease gun they used in the Korean War, based off of Thompson, was also a 45. No, wait, that was a 9mm.
That was
the grease gun was 9mm. I actually have a story about that my grandfather told me. We could save that one for later.
And then you had the BAR. That was a 50 cal.
Ooh,
that was.
It's a 50 foot. Yeah. Could you imagine
humping that thing? BAR is a badass weapon.
That big old thing.
Oh, I think it was a 50 cal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
almost positive. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was automatic.
And then you had
what else?
The granddaddy of them all, the Modus, the M2 Browning.
Oh yeah. Those, if they didn't really, that wasn't mounted really on maybe I guess on a tank, right? That was on the tank.
I don't know. So
you didn't see too many on like vehicles. It was mostly in your aircraft and
right.
tanks.
I'm not sure when they made the M2 more of a crew serve weapon. Obviously today that's a crew serve weapon. The M2 is a crew serve. But I'm not sure when they made that switch. Probably, I know they made a switch in Korean War because they definitely used the M2 crew serve in that capacity. It might have been somewhere down the line in World War II that they started using as crew serve weapon. Yeah, you're right.
And then for machine gun, you had the 30 cal. That was the main machine gun for World War II.
That little piddly thing.
Yep.
The water cooled.
Yep. I'm trying to think what else. And then you had the British.
Those guys are wearing asbestos gloves.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And then not to mention all the different British gun, the Sten gun, the Bren gun.
Oh, dude, they had some of the shittiest.
The Springfields, the Enfields. I mean, it's like Enfields, man. That goes back a while, but yeah.
Lee Enfield rifles, yeah. That's I believe that's a 308 round right there, or a 303. One of those.
And then the Germans, they had the Kar 98. They had what the hell was that? God, I'm trying to remember. Would Marty come on here and talk law? I don't know if you do that.
They had that one that the parachute guys used to jump with.
That was an M1 carbine. Wasn't that the carbine version?
Well, the Germans had a version of the MG42 they jumped with. It was a smaller one, had like a drum magazine. Not drum magazine. It had a magazine attached to it. I think it was like the MG43. Super soakers.
Let's see. Aaron's saying, would it have been a different ball game if the Japanese attacked the submarines? No. You know what it would have been a difference, though, is if the carriers were in port. If the carriers are in port, that would have been catastrophic.
Yeah, we lucked out on that one.
Catastrophic. Yes, we did. They were out on the exercise.
Their intel was our carriers were in port, and that's the reason why they attacked, and they attacked that day. But
they wanted to hit the carriers, but they just weren't in port.
Right. They were
submarines, not so much. The submarines, I mean, yeah, they played somewhat of a part, but nothing like the carrier was the biggest force in the Pacific because you had to be able to reach. You had to have force projection with the aircraft because you're attacking islands, so everything was based on carriers.
Right. Without the carriers, we would not have won the Pacific War.
No way.
no chance in hell.
It would have delayed the winning of that war. Who knows how long?
Oh shit! I mean, damn, it could have drug on for years and years.
Yeah, I mean that's. I can't even contemplate what it would be like because they would have still had their carriers. Where would they have marched to?
Right.
They
You
could have
wanna go to
taken.
Hawaii?
I could have taken
Let's go
Hawaii.
to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go to California after that. I'm not sure they would have invaded mainland United States. So that would have been a little bit too much for their undertaking.
Yeah, MF. I think Marty was an attorney. Yes, he was.
Freaking Marty, man. Jeez, that guy's done a little bit of everything, hasn't he?
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Let's see, what else can we get into? Trying to think. Aaron's asking some good. He's asking some good questions.
I'm digging Aaron's questions, man. Let me see here. Let me pull up something real quick. Okay, we got some more people in the chat. You want to pull up that thumbnail again? Maybe we could do a little. Maybe we could.
Yeah.
Or you want to wait and do that one later?
Let's see. We'll throw that out real quick. Let's see if anyone can name the gentleman in that thumbnail. Let's see. So far, we got one. We got Eisenhower.
Somebody's got Eisenhower.
Yep, we got Eisenhower.
I'll give you guys a hint. The 4 ones in the middle should be pretty easy. The one on the left and one on the right should.
Yeah, the bookends are a little bit tough. Yeah,
it'll be a little hard.
So let's see. Let's see your best guesses. Like I said, it's awesome because you can't Google it. I don't think you could copy an image and Google it. I don't think. Who knows? With AI, who knows?
Who knows these days, man? They have AI doing all kinds of weird stuff.
Man, to be honest with you, the way the world's going today, I think I'd rather see some AI than freaking some of these freaking people making decisions.
It's kind of where
right?
it's headed.
Yeah, doesn't it seem that way? Are we this bad as a freaking civilization now to where we got to rely on?
What's that one video game, Deus Ex
Look at
or
that,
something
Eric.
like that?
He says Yamashita. You're close.
You're
close. You're close.
It's close. Going down the right track.
Off.
Going down the right track.
How's that go? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah. Pretty damn much.
Can I send you the link? Not yet, Shardall.
Yeah, let's get a little deeper into the World War II stuff first, Shardall.
No, we're not talking about movies and music. Today's World War II. World War II. Far left is a Russian. Yes, he is a Russian.
Is a Russian. Most definitely.
Man, I was looking up the different pictures, and it was hard to find some pictures of it. I'll tell you one thing that the Russians do. They put medals all over their chest.
Oh my God, dude.
Hold on.
Koreans do the same thing, man.
Oh my God. Hold on. I gotta bring this up.
I wonder what those medals are for, man. Like, I mean, what did you do?
Who knows, man?
You woke up
quick as shit.
Oh, here we go.
A regiment or something.
We got a right answer in the chat.
Uh-oh.
We have one down.
Hold on, let me see where we're at here. Yamamoto! Tom Wyerts. Way to go. Aaron.
Oh,
is that your final answer? He's questioning it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Is that your final answer, Holmes?
Yeah. Is that your final answer?
Could be Patton.
Can I bring this up without you guys seeing this? See, you guys might see. I can't. I'll bring it up later. It's great though. I mean, I can't. It's like his whole chest is just medals. So Tom Wyerts, we got Eisenhower, we got Yamamoto. Okay, good deal. Far left is a Russian. I'll go with it. Okay, you are correct. Bradley is on the far right. Who's in the middle? Who's between Eisenhower and Bradley?
I'll give you a hint on that one. He was racing a certain very popular general to a certain victory. Oh, if I gave away the country though, that would That would
Yeah, you
definitely.
can't. Yeah,
I can't.
you
No,
can't.
sorry, can't do it. Can't do it. Sorry.
So we got Eisenhower and Bradley. So we got Tom Wyertz Tom Wyertz got Yamamoto. So someone got Eisenhower? Was it Aaron? I think it was Aaron earlier, right?
Yeah, Aaron got.
I think Aaron
Eisenhower.
said, Aaron said Eisenhower, and he got Bradley. Okay, almost as many medals changed. I'll have to show you.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
Chardol finally's got it.
So we got 1, 2, 3 left. 3 left. God, I don't know if that is those explosions happening behind.
That's what it sounds like.
I think it's behind the camera, but a bunch of guys wearing war gear. Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Oh shit. Yeah,
There was actually a more famous, well, I shouldn't say more famous. There was a more influential Russian soldier, but I didn't put his picture up there because he didn't survive. Stalin had a way of doing away with generals right before World War II. In one of his purges, he killed damn near every general in the military.
So I was gonna say the guy on the left was Khrushchev, but
No.
But I know I know the name of this general. I'm not gonna say it. I'll let you guys try to answer it.
Let's go.
But I'll type in a private chat what his name starts with.
Whoa! So he got Tom got another one.
Oh,
but it's not Malus. It's not Mussolini. But
He's got one of them.
It is Montgomery in the middle. Yes.
Right, Montgomery and Patton.
Good old Monty.
Montgomery and Patton were going at it, man. They wanted to be the first at everything. They wanted to be the best at everything too. In the Italian campaign, that was at the utmost for both of them. Did I get it wrong again?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Look at the private. Cool. Okay. Gotcha. But no, it's not Benito. It is not Benito. It is not El Duce. You ever see some of his some film on him when he's giving speeches?
Yeah, he learned.
The dude was just very flamboyant.
Well, him and
from Street Fighter.
Zangief. Him and a certain guy that starts with H and ends in R, and they both learned their kind of speech tactics from the old preachers back in the day.
Interesting.
That's what they got. That's what they got all the hand motions and all that from.
Yeah. Well, Mussolini, he was one of the first guys to promote fascism. That's where Adolf got it from.
Right. But prior to that, though, it was in Spain. Remember the
Spain? The Spanish Civil War. Yeah.
The Germans.
What the hell's his name? Oh, why can't I think of his Franco?
Franco.
Adolf wanted him to get involved in the war so bad, but he's like, I ain't fucking doing that. He would tell Adolf, yeah, I'll help. Shit.
A lot of reason why the German pilots had to jump on the Allies
because they got training in that Civil War.
They got the training in the Civil War. Yeah,
that's where they developed the Stuka tactics. Yeah. Yep.
No Mussolini, Chardo. No more.
No Mussolini. There is no Benito Mussolini in that picture. Not at all. As a matter of fact, there's not even one Italian in that picture.
No. The guy on the far left is a Russian. The guy on the far right is a German.
Yes. And I'll put it
so
back
far,
up.
everybody in the middle has been named. Except for somebody got the Japanese guy.
Yep. Tom got Yamamoto. Tom got Montgomery. Aaron got Eisenhower and Bradley. So now we're on the bookend guys. The Russian on the left and the German on the right. Unless, I think I know. Stalin. No, not Stalin. It is not Stalin. I just figured out something. I know what may happen here. I think I know what may happen here. Well,
That was a big old boom, man.
That was a big boom. That's what's going to happen there. 100%. Not.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That
I
is
forgot
what it
about that, but it's all good. It's all good.
is. I knew the. I kept wanting to say Khrushchev for the freaking damn Russian general, man. I don't know where the hell I got Khrushchev from. No, it's not Rommel. Where the hell did I get Khrushchev from? Well, he supported Khrushchev.
Hold on 1 second here. Let's go way down here.
Oh, this is where I know that. That's where I know the general on the left from. It was a major battle. Nothing to do with anything Linz in the grad. That's why I said, does he have anything to do with tanks? Remember what I told you if he has anything to do with tanks?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He does.
There's a very famous battle that he was a part of.
As a matter of fact, I talked about it the other day.
He did.
Heitel. No, it's not Heitel. It's actually Keitel. But no, it's not Keitel or Keitel. Far right, Major Wolfgang Hochstetter. Erwin Rommel. No, I thought about putting Rommel, but Rommel's too easy.
Rommel's too, yeah. Damn,
It
I
is
know
not
the far
Rommel.
right. I know the guy in the far right. I just can't place his name either. Son of a bee, man.
If I give kind of his nickname, I think I remember his nickname off the top of my head. You guys would get it right off because then you just freaking, well, whatever.
Now, let's let it go for a little bit longer. We can give him the answers.
I don't think we're going to get any. We're hovering around so I could give the answers. All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Left. Can I
Which
take
one?
the far left one?
Yeah, go ahead. Good and the far left.
That's General Zhukov.
Yes. Actually, but
Grigori
you got to get it
Zhukov.
right. They're not generals. They were marshals.
Marshals, my bad.
Marshal Zhukov. Yep.
He was
The guy on the far right
part of. Go ahead.
was Field Marshal Gerd von. Can you get it?
No, I'm still stuck.
Rundstedt.
Son of a bitch.
Field Marshal Rundstedt. He was famous. They called him the Old Prussian, I think, or something like that,
Yeah,
because he was of Prussian heritage.
Prussian. I believe he was Prussian nobility, actually.
If you look up all of his pictures, he's got that Prussian look big time. He's got it down pat, dude.
Yeah, that would be the northeast German Swabian. It used to be called Swabia back in the day.
But it was Prussia, and then it turned into parts of Poland and
Parts of Poland, yeah.
von Rundstedt.
It's a hell of a name. It's a very aggressive sounding name.
It is.
Could you
Gerd.
imagine?
I don't know about that though. That's a weird first name.
Could you imagine?
Gerd von Rundstedt.
You're a boxer and you're gonna go face that guy and you hear his name like, okay, never mind, I'm good, man. I'm gonna surrender right now. I don't want to fight this guy.
Like you said, Marshal Zhukov, he was huge in the Battle of Kursk.
Battle of Kursk.
Yep.
Battle of Kursk.
He also got his
Defensive,
ass whipped by the Japanese in the Eastern Theater.
He did.
Yep, that's where he kind of was like, wow.
But
With the
instrumental
Japanese
in the defense of Stalingrad and Leningrad.
And then, I saw that Newcomb went to Oakland. Not a big loss.
Yeah, those last two were tough, Tom.
Yeah, they were.
Those were the tricky ones. The guys in the
Those
middle.
were. I figured those two would probably be the most difficult.
I don't know why I kept wanting to go Khrushchev for that guy. I don't know why I kept going to Khrushchev. That makes no sense. Makes
It's
zero
kind of,
sense.
it's Russian. But
Well, I didn't know he had to do with the Battle of Chris. I'm like, okay.
oh, hold on now.
Let
Let me
think about it.
find. I'll show you some of the pictures that I saw. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this, man? We go to images. It's just ridiculous, man. I don't get it. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. When I zoom,
Here's your award for how much grand you picked.
look at that. What is that, man?
Oh my lord! Look at that crap.
What does that even mean, man?
What the flying hell is this? I mean,
I think these top ones, though, I think those are the Star of Lenin, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Those are
and then the
those
other
are the
ones
big ones.
are. I think those ones on the
Oh,
left.
this man, like I said, was the fastest crapper in the unit.
I ate the fastest. I think those ones on the left there. Are the order of the no the ones just right to that? Those are the order of the Red Banner. I think those.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, order of the Red Banner, and then the other ones I don't know. I was the fastest out of Chow Hall.
Yeah, I mean, like come on, Chow Runner, go! I guess.
I guess so.
God, incredible, Lord, man. How does that happen?
Hey,
honestly, why do Giants media people who work for the Giants deny? You know what? Good point, MF. As a matter of fact, I did a tweet here, kind of segue, or not segue, but just kind of
go for it.
Going off in a different direction here right now. I saw what Baggerly said, and I had a question that, as a matter of fact, let me bring it up real quick. I don't mean to get off track here, but why not?
No.
Just for a little bit. It's my damn show.
Yep. There you go. Freaking.
Where was it here?
Everybody knows he got pushed out. I mean, the guy would probably tell you to his face too. I mean, Jesus.
Where was it at? Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now let me share this. Still hear that damn lawnmower in the sky.
Hear that damn drone. Oh. I was going to send you a video today, but I don't know how to convert it.
Let me make sure. Okay, it does look good. So Baggerly says, pay no attention to the opportunists and the hot take artists. Yeah, Bochy wasn't happy with how it ended in San Francisco, but he needed a break after 25 years, and he knew Farhan deserved to hire his own manager. He was an adult. He read the room. That's how life works. Just be happy for him, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't make – to me, it didn't make sense, and this is what I said. If I can find where I said. Where the hell did I – right here.
I like how Dan retweeted Larry stuff.
Yeah, I said, if Bochy read the room and understood Farhan deserved to pick his own manager, then why would he be unhappy how it ended for him in San Francisco? Being unhappy in how it ended does not sound like he understood Farhan's decision. I do not know what transpired that led to Bochy's departure, but seeing him come back after being off for 3 years and contribute to winning another World Series shows he was not ready to retire. He maybe needed a break, but he certainly was not done with baseball. Brian Sabean said as much, and I have no reason to doubt his word. Yeah, I don't get it.
Sabean wouldn't lie.
Why would he?
He's got no reason to. He's out of the organization.
For him, right?
No, he don't give a fuck. Pardon the French. But
yeah,
I mean, he's got no skin in the game. He's not going to lie about something like that.
Exactly.
We told it the way it was and the way it happened, and hey, God bless him. He's, how many people would do that on a YouTube show of all things,
Exactly. Oh man, hey, no problem, Mo. What's up? Hey, you got any questions on World War II? Fire away.
Fire away, homie.
Yeah, exactly, MF. I mean, it's not just it doesn't stop with Baggerly. Everyone's saying that, and it makes no sense. It's like,
don't get me started on Cole.
They're being paid by the team. I get it. Okay. So they're going to come out with a certain narrative as far as that's concerned. But come on, not when you had the former GM of the Giants for 20 years come out and say Bochy did not leave on his own terms. That was straight from Sabian. And why again? Why would Sabian lie about it? It makes no sense. And to prove it, he came back after 3 years. Why would he? If he was tired and wanted to retire, then why would he come back 3 years later? Did he want a break? Sure, I get that, but don't sit there and say that that Farhan and company have clean hands in this.
And you know, and to be honest, I don't think he was waiting. I don't think he wanted a break. I think he wanted to still be part of it. I think the break was him trying to find a new home.
Yeah, and I think what it was is the thing. If anything, what he was probably unhappy with was, I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do under Farhan, and he knew it. And he probably knew Farhan probably wanted to do that. But so, I agree with Mackley.
You're going to set my lineup for me?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm out home. Take care. Have a nice day.
And it's possible they said, "Hey, we're going to move on from you." That's possible. That could have been said.
I wouldn't doubt it. Again, they changed.
Sabian didn't come out and say it directly, but there was insinuation.
Well, they went from a traditional model to an analytical model, and when you're not part of the analytical model, guess what? Adios, amigo. And
just like, hey, go check out my video on NorCal. I explain it perfectly what Farhanian baseball is all about.
Farhanian
dipshittery. And it sucks.
That apparently Melvin likes, which doesn't bode well for us. So
exactly. What's up, Mo? So you got a good question for World War II? We're kind of good. We're sticking with World War II. We're kind of going a whole bunch of different ways here, but
it's all good. So
I mean, the channel's not going to end, that's why I put discussion number 1, because I guarantee you there's going to be a lot more than just one discussion on World War II. Exactly. I agree, Mark. He was a good soldier. He just didn't want to upset the apple cart. Got it.
No, exactly. He wasn't going to say anything. Yep. He would just take off. He'd ride out in the sunset. Okay, guys, take care.
But just because he was a good soldier, and I'm kind of using your words here, just because he's a good soldier doesn't mean that he wasn't unhappy about what was going on. Right. He was being pushed out, but he decided, like you said, to be a man about it and exit gracefully.
This gives you an idea that he still wanted to be part of.
Absolutely.
He was playing it very. You don't. One thing if you want to be a general manager, you don't shit talk where you just came from. Mm-hmm. So he kept it very political. He got out of there, went on, became the Rangers GM, and now you see him with World Series. Good on him.
And like I said, don't mistake his graceful exit. Don't link that to saying, oh, he was fine with leaving, because no, that doesn't equal. You know what I'm saying? He could have been pissed off and was extremely upset about the situation that was happening, but as he said, he saw the writing on the wall, so he probably had to leave. Just again, like I said, just because he leaves gracefully doesn't mean that he wasn't pissed off about what happened. But we could get more into that, I guess. On the good old NorCal. Let's see. Back to World War II. Where else can we go with this one?
Well, one of those generals, I was just looking up some stuff here. The guy who shot down Yamamoto has a Navy Cross as well as a Silver Star.
Yep. And again, that's because we broke the code. That's how we were able to know. Well, it was a Japanese code, not of course, the Enigma. But what were the turning points in World War II? Let me think. What would be the turning points?
Well, you gotta say the atomic bomb for one is definitely one of those.
Definitely.
That was the game changer.
I would say UK and France kind of letting Hitler gobble up Europe the way they did they were projecting weakness, and Hitler took advantage of it.
Yep.
So I would say a turning point was the first turning point was letting Hitler take over Czechoslovakia without a shot being fired. Mm-hmm. Just giving it to him. You just gave it to him with no. You can take over another country just as long as you behave. Don't do nothing else.
There was literally a telegram that says, "Yeah, that's okay."
Literally,
go ahead.
That happened. You could take over Czechoslovakia just as long as you behave and you don't do anything else. And what did Hitler? Okay, yeah, sure. As a matter of fact,
thanks, guys. Go ahead and do it.
As a matter of fact, that's a good one, Joshua. I'll get into that next. I'm kind of
And,
trying
hey,
to go in chronological order here.
Guess what happened after the war? They started hanging Germans there in Czechoslovakia.
Yep. But from everything I was reading, Hitler was itching for a fight when he took over Czechoslovakia. He didn't want the UK to just give it over to him. He was itching for a fight.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was pissed off.
He was trying to
Matter of
test the
fact,
troops
during that
out, huh?
whole, I guess he was, some of the meetings he had with Chamberlain, I guess they said was pretty animated, but yeah, so that was the first one. What would be the second one? The second one would probably be what Joshua said.
That was a major turning point there. Yeah.
It was funny because, they had this agreement. Oh, Stalin wouldn't believe that, Hitler ain't going to come get us. No, we got an agreement. We got a treaty, or what was it? The pact, the German-Soviet pact or something like that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, did you know, gosh damn, did you know that when Operation Barbarossa kicked off, that in that time from when the treaty was being signed to when Germany invaded, the Soviet Union was giving Germany a bunch of oil. They were giving them all they were basically
for their damn tanks.
They were financing the juggernaut of Nazi Germany. It was incredible.
Ooh, you could even dovetail there. There's another turning point would be the bombing of the Ploesti fields. Wiped out the major oil supply line for the German tanks.
Yeah, I think that wasn't until like 1944, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Was it 44? But I'm going to go there because that was let's see. Barbarossa took place in September of 41? Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to, because I thought maybe September of 39 when they invaded Poland, but that really wasn't. I guess it can be because that's when the UK declared war. That's when the UK declared war.
Yeah, but at the same time, the UK wasn't really a threat to the Germans.
Not really. Yeah, exactly.
In fact, they were afraid of being invaded. They were afraid of being invaded by the Germans and getting taken over.
Let's go with Europe giving Germany Czechoslovakia without a shot fired. Hitler turning on Stalin. And then right after that, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, I think if you want to continue further with the Pacific, maybe another turning point in the Pacific would be maybe Guadalcanal.
Guadalcanal, yeah.
Maybe where the Japanese can see themselves as being mortal finally.
Yeah.
Guadalcanal or Tarawa. Both of those are pirate victories.
Invading North Africa, maybe? Because you really don't hear about that so much, right?
The soft white
first
underbelly.
landing.
It's the first landing was North Africa. That's where we first came into action. Was actually
exactly. That was our baptism by fire right there.
No, and those were some terrible battles, man. We were getting crushed by Rommel, absolutely crushed by Rommel.
Oh, what other turning point? I'm trying to think now. Of course, D-Day.
Don't forget Churchill called Italy the soft white underbelly.
The soft underbelly.
Yeah, I think us invading Italy had a lot to do.
Italy?
Yeah, the mainland Italy had to do a lot.
Because that's when we started getting or making our way towards Fortress Europe.
Right.
But we're going to do significant. So Czechoslovakia Germany invading the Soviet Union, Pearl Harbor, and probably D-Day. After that would probably, as far as a turning point, we're talking significant, probably D-Day.
What about, don't forget Anzio. That's also another one that's like less forgotten there. I mean,
it's less forgotten.
More forgotten.
I don't know if it's necessarily a turning point. Where we're talking about where things are changing.
Right.
When Germany got Czechoslovakia, that was, you're giving over countries.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But
now, is it a significant military action part of the war? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, D-Day for sure is definitely a turning point. That was a game changer for the Germans, and they knew even Rommel said that in his memoirs.
Yep.
The day that we invaded, the war was lost.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was done by Hitler, but he wanted that. What did they call it? Lebensraum. They wanted what was it? The living space.
Yep.
I think is what it was called for the Aryan nation. Tom, what does he say here? He goes, I think Germany battling on two fronts, one with the Allies in the West, the other with the Soviet Union. Yeah, that was. We kind of talked about that. When once Germany invaded the Soviet Union, they bit off more than they can chew.
100%.
But they came close. They got on the doorstep of Moscow.
If they could have taken Stalingrad, which they were so close to doing, things could have probably been a little bit different there.
Did you know that when the war kicked off, Stalin had all the industries basically stopped, and they moved everything further east.
Yeah.
So that the production could keep up, because he knew that he could trade space for time.
Right.
And that's a big discussion, space and time. That has a big deal when you're talking about war. And space and time can consist of a whole bunch of different things. Yeah, that was okay. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it's the beginning, because we are doing Lend-Lease with the Soviet Union and the UK. Matter of fact, didn't we get a bunch of key bases from the UK for Lend-Lease? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, pretty sure we did.
Didn't we get? Oh, I'm trying to remember. There was significant land that we got from the UK during Lend-Lease, and I can't.
We were talking about joining the war prior to Pearl Harbor, because we were doing our merchant marines were being attacked left and right. They were giving aid to the British, and they were getting shot up by the damn U-boats.
Let me see.
Stalingrad.
Let's see. Under the terms of the agreement, the United States gave the British more than 50 obsolete destroyers in exchange for 99-year leases to territory in Newfoundland and the Caribbean.
Yep.
Which would be used for U.S. air and naval bases. Yep. Yeah, that was because the British needed it to be able to fight the damn German U-boats.
We were, prior to us getting involved in the war, we were getting our asses kicked out there in the Atlantic.
Yeah. Battle of Midway. That was a good point. Battle of Midway. Very good. Look at Chardal using that Google. No, Midway was a huge turning point. That was our first significant victory over the Japanese. And we sent, how many carriers to the bottom? 3 or 4, something like that.
Oh,
I think we put 3 to the ocean, and then I think damaged 1.
One was damaged, and they never recovered. That was the end. That was it. That was all that was needed.
Yep.
That was all that was needed. We obviously
they did have that massive ass battleship. What the hell wasn't it the Yamamoto?
The Yamato.
That's it. Yamato. That's what it was. That thing was a beast.
We sunk that sucker too. They had another day. It had a sister ship too. I can't remember the name of it now. We sunk that one as well. But yeah, after Midway, they were crushed. I mean, obviously we got our asses handed to us in the Battle of Savo. But I mean, at that point, their navy was toast, dude.
Yeah. Not a professor of history. I love history. Absolutely love it. I read as much as I can about it, but no, not a professor. But thanks.
Yeah, that's a good compliment.
Thanks, appreciate it. What other turning point in the Pacific? I like what you said with Guadalcanal. The liberation of the Philippines, that was big.
Ooh, yeah.
That was big because then you needed the Philippines to be able to attack the mainland Japan.
Actually, here's a turning point. We strike back from the USS Hornet to Doolittle Raid.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Now they know.
Now
they know they're vulnerable, and now they would know we're not wimps. We're about to do something big here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, I visited Midway over there.
No, I have not visited that.
Oh, you got to go. It's a wonderful ship to visit. Wonderful.
I might have to check that one out.
It's right in front of that big statue of the kissing sailor and all that stuff.
Battle of Stalingrad was often considered. Well, okay, a turning point. I don't know. It was a major battle because
it's a major battle.
What is it? The German 6th Army was done. That was a huge chunk of the German army in the east.
That was their best army too.
Exactly. Dumb.
The turning point was them invading Russia. That would be the turning point.
That would be the turning point.
Right.
As far as battles. I mean, I don't know if I call it a turning point, but it was a significant defeat for
they never recovered. They lost
the Germans.
They lost a lot. One of the things they relied upon was not just the infantry, but they relied upon their armor, and they lost so much good armor during that battle.
They did. Yep. And the funny thing is, it's German. I mean, it wasn't wounded. It was just being captured. They just didn't have the means to fight anymore.
Right.
The professors. I don't know about that title. How about the
enthusiasts?
Let's see what else. That was a good question, Mo. Man, we went crazy on that one.
I like that one. We can still go on that one too. There's so much to that.
Yeah, there is.
God.
Ron Wotus is the professor. He is the baseball professor, no doubt about it. Yes.
Why is he not a GM somewhere? Why is he not a manager? I don't understand.
I don't know.
He's such a cool dude too. If you listen to his interviews, low key, even keel.
Oh, here we go. This is pretty cool. Let me bring this back here. You'll get a kick out of this. Right there. Take a gander of what it looks like in an F-16 when you're going vertical. It's pretty cool. Here we go.
Fire on up. There's the Viper.
There we go.
Here's the Viper.
Right on up. There you go. Give it a couple of aileron rolls on the way up.
Hey, why not? Have some fun here. The government's paying for all that fuel now.
He's still going up. Still going up. Boy, he's got a high sky there, no clouds. And then we'll just bring it over the top.
He's probably already about 5,000 feet right now. And
taking a gander where he's 15,000. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you see? You saw how many G's he was pulling there?
Yeah, he was pulling some good ones.
2. There it is. Beats per minute. Look at his heartbeat.
Hey, he's like he's jogging.
Man. That's something, huh? Woo!
Could you imagine? I know this isn't World War II, but could you imagine SR-71? The first time you hop into one of those things, strap on in, and you turn the thing on, and you go balls to the wall, and you're taking off.
You probably don't, man. You're in a damn spacesuit flying that damn thing.
Oh, my God. That has to be a sensation that cannot be replicated anywhere.
And when you don't even get that sensation of speed because you're flying at freaking
on the edge
of space.
Right above the horizon, there's no sensation of speed.
Yep. And then they say when it's at its top, Mach 3, it takes the entire state of Texas to make a turn. Yep.
Yeah.
There it is, right there. Breaking news.
Look at that beautiful bastard. Look at that. That
announced
is a machine.
The world's largest operating steam locomotive, the 4884 Big Boy, will reach all 4 corners of the Class 1's 23 state network. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait, dude.
That is such an incredible piece of machinery.
I know, dude. Oh,
they don't make those anymore, man.
Oh, damn. Here we go. I forgot about this. You'll like this one. This is pretty badass. This
ties into our Civil War thing, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. As a matter of fact, 100%. I like that. Check this out. Someone's at the edge of the runway when I think it's Blue Angel number 5 is taking off.
Okay.
And you can see where they're watching. So if I'm not mistaken, I think this is El Centro. That's where they have their winter training for the new crew. So here we go.
Yep, that's an F-18.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw. You know what happened was, as soon as he cleared the runway, he pulled to the vertical. And when he pulled to the vertical, all that jet blast came straight down on top of those people. Did you see that?
He knew what he was doing.
Look at that. Oh, yeah. He probably can't see it.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Backblast area clear? No.
Oh God! Hopefully you ain't got no expensive camera equipment because
Oh, that sand's gonna mess your roll up, man.
yeah, you're gonna have to do some serious cleaning.
Oh man, hey, what's up, Dan?
Hey, is Dan in here?
Dan
What's
is
up,
in
Dan?
chat.
My son-in-law passed out in training in New Mexico where they sent out too much GV. Yeah, that'll do it. They do that. They put you in there just to see how much you can pull. If you can't
Yeah.
pull much, you know, you're flying like transports or bombers or stuff like that. If you could pull a lot, then you know if your body can handle it, you'll be able to get into the fast movers, if you will.
The worst part about it is they record everything.
Yeah.
You'll never live it down.
Oh, here you go. I'm just pulling up the stuff that I've reposted throughout the day. I think you can respect this. June 1944, a medic with the 1st Infantry Division, the Big Red One, moves along the narrow strip of Omaha Beach. There you go.
Look at his face. Look at all the crap he's been through.
Exactly. That tells you a lot. You got the white armband on it.
Don't wear those no more for a very good reason.
Yep. And look at this guy. He's like, man, I'm fought out right here. Whew.
God. Much respect to the combat.
I'm telling you, man, if you ever get a chance to go visit that.
I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just stand there and stare off into space, just being humbled.
God.
Oh, right on MF. Hey, MF's brother was in the Air Force. A lot of Air Force guys, man. Am I the only Army dude in here? What the hell?
Yeah, I think you're the only grunt in here.
How am I? How come I'm the only grunt? This makes no sense, man. We're the largest of the forces. Damn. Makes no sense. But I appreciate the Air Force. They've got good food.
Oh wow, look at that. Since we're on this subject, because I loved aircraft, and we'll have to get into military. Look at that. I don't know if you could see it. You could see the vertical stabs fluttering.
Is he doing a Cobra?
You see him fluttering, and you could see the horizontal stab. It's fluttering. That is so damn cool.
He's doing one.
That is one badass
is that called
airplane.
The Cobra or
what?
The Viper? I can't remember what that maneuver is called. Where they kind of stall like this midair.
Oh yeah, when they hold on to me, come back to you. When they go what?
When they kind of stall, when they stall through the air like that.
Yeah, because they got so much thrust. They got so much thrust that they can pretty much stall the aircraft, but still get out of it. It's just incredible.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here, you want to see the fourth? The Hurtgen Forest. Have you ever heard about the Hurtgen Forest?
No.
That was some serious fighting in that part of Germany. As a matter of fact, I think we lost more Americans in that part of the war, or during that, I guess what you want to call that campaign, than any other. It was bad. Here we go. Again, pay homage to the good on medics.
Look at that, man.
And they colorized it, which is pretty cool because it would be originally in black and white.
4th ID.
Yep. What was that? Someone yelling.
I heard somebody screaming. There was some weird Allahu Akbar crap going on.
You can see getting them in the medic bag, getting the morphine syrettes.
God. They had that little sulfur powder they put in the wounds.
Sulfur powder, yeah. And basically just a cloth.
Yeah, that Combat Mini Museum down there in Fort Sam Houston. That was a pretty humbling moment going through that. Seeing what they have then, what we have now, our technology these days is so much better. I mean, God.
Oh, you want to see something crazy? I couldn't believe this. And I saw it on here a couple of days ago. After I just got done making that little presentation on Alex Verashu, there was a tweet by, I love this person, JL Historical. Check that out. Not too bad. I wish I had that picture for the movie.
3 DFCs, bro.
Yep. 3 and then 1 Navy Cross.
Amazing.
Unbelievable. And he got his name right there on the side of the aircraft. That's pretty damn cool, man.
Yeah, this is, man.
Guy was a badass.
Yeah, he was, dude. Hey, man. If you were
fantastic. is we got someone in our chat, who is related to them. That's pretty fucking cool. I like that.
I mean, man, if you were a naval aviator back then, hats off to you, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
They had it. They were getting their asses kicked in the very beginning, but technology prevailed. We had a thing called the Hellcat, and we had a thing called the Corsair, and we had another guy named Lieutenant Commander Thatch, who developed the Thatch Weave to help combat the Japanese Zeros.
Oh, no kidding. Well, there you go.
The Thatch Weave. It was kind of like a scissor maneuver where you would have a wingman, right, and they would kind of do one of these things.
Gotcha.
As they were flying through the air and they were attacking the enemy at the same time. It was a way to keep the Zeros off your ass as you were.
Because one thing that the Zeros had,
maneuverability.
the turn radius on a Zero was incredible. So yeah, that was one of the, you couldn't get in a turn fight with the Zeros. If you got into a turning fight with a Zero, you're going to lose it. You had to use your speed to an extent and power to be able to, you could do a couple of them, but once that was it, you got to get out of there somehow or have a wingman on you.
Combat readiness. I was talking about combat readiness. Keesler. Where's Keesler at?
Keesler, Mississippi.
Okay. Do we have any bases out in Mississippi in the Army? I'm trying to think. Oh, then we got Camp Shelby.
Don't you have Biloxi out there or something? No, maybe not.
I think we have like a Riverine unit out there. One of those ones that does those landing craft dealios.
Let's see. Well, here's something interesting I came across. We're getting kind of in the present day now. We're kind of getting off. We'll come back to World War II, but a little bit interesting.
Oh, this monkey. Yep.
破坏中国核心利益的一切行为，特别是在涉及到台海问题、南海问题等等，涉及到中国核心利益这方面
，U.S. should correct its
立即纠正，并且
wrongdoings
保证今后不再出现
and guarantee it will
干涉
not
中国
interfere
内
in
政、
China's
破坏中国核心
internal
利益的
affairs in the
行
future.
为。只有这样中美两国两军的这个关系才能够正常发展。要坚决。
Yeah, that's a nice little threat you just had right there. A nice little threat, a nice little shot across our bow.
How about
Right
that,
on.
huh? Dictating
Right.
to the United States, what is, so China's claiming the South China Sea and Taiwan.
Yep.
Interesting. But yeah, there you
Real
go.
China. Yeah.
It's interesting to see what your adversaries have to say. You got to keep an eye on that.
And that's what they're telling their people too, so the people buy into it.
Yep.
All those people cross it. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. I was going to say crossing the border, but it's a lost cause at this point. Oh, shit. My God. Anyways,
What's up?
Just thinking about the border thing.
Oh,
Yeah. Back to World War II. Back to World War II, guys. Let's talk some World War II.
speaking of getting back to World War II, check this out. That's ballsy. You got a flamethrower and you're lighting up.
Hey, man, it's a good chance you might get smoked out of the way, so go for it. Go for it, man. Those guys were targeted more than anybody, that's for sure. They're probably the most hated people on the planet, to be honest with you.
As you said with that other picture, you could tell that guy's seen some stuff.
Look
Especially
at
this is Iwo Jima, by the way.
Look at his eyes. He's staring off into
Yeah,
space.
you can see it. Yep. There's a certain look. Absolutely.
Staring off into space. He's been there, done that, man. He's been there, done that. That's a very different definition.
Man. All right, what do you got in here? MF's talking some baseball.
Lucky Strike. Yeah, they used to put those in the MREs.
What, Lucky
Yeah,
Strikes?
They used to have those in the MRE. They don't have those anymore. They took away the smokes. They don't even have damn Tabasco sauce anymore in MREs. You know that?
What?
No, they took those away. The little bottles. We used to
Why?
get remember the little, I don't know.
Yeah.
They replaced them with the little sachets or little packets now.
Maybe it had to do with glass. I don't know.
Like this, one of these little Del
Yeah,
Taco
that's
things,
what it's
yeah.
in. That's weird.
Yeah. I used to collect those damn things.
Did you?
I don't know why, but I used to
Nice.
collect.
Hey, why not?
Hey man, they remember some MREs had the green Tabasco sauce. Some MREs had the other one,
The regular. Yep. Oh my gosh. What do you got? Moji Baggerly sucks for that. Yeah. Hey, Moji, I commented on Baggerly's tweet about that. Just Bay Area media, man. Gotta love them.
Don't forget your patriotic cookies too.
You know what?
Those,
Is your live UA up still?
yeah, still up. They've completely encircled this northern part of Gaza.
It's still not coming up for me, man. Let me try.
Really?
Let me search. Let me try something here.
Can you guys hold on? I'll post a link in the chat. See if these guys can see it too.
This is really weird.
Yeah, 1 second, dudes. Uno segundo por favor.
Okay, now it's working. Okay, I had to go to Google because my computer my defaults to the Microsoft Bing, and I couldn't get it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still strange though. You should be able to.
Oh yeah, it looks like they
No.
totally cut off northern. Yeah. Oh,
We
okay.
have-
So that's what they mean by going into Gaza City. Okay, got it. 4 more Israeli soldiers have been killed in the battles for Gaza, or in Gaza. 23 since the operation began. Blinken, we focus on a 2-state solution.
Ooh, Mo's got a good topic for us to talk about.
All right, cool. I'm just taking a.
No, you good.
Interesting. Interesting.
Wow. Hey, so that area where we saw those guys, those 9 guys that got killed, they had 4 more died just about an hour ago in that same area.
Yeah, that's how I was just looking. It's all the way up to 23 now. This
Jeez.
is interesting. I wonder where the New York Times is getting this from. Did you see that article? The source is New York Times. Go down where it's 6 hours. It says New York Times, the U.S. military is flying surveillance drones over Gaza for the first time, with Department of Defense officials saying drones are being used to aid in hostage recovery efforts, indicating that the U.S. is more involved than previously known.
Oh, I was going to send you something too. They found in Gaza a bag full of it was a U.S. uniform. I don't know what the hell that means, but they found a U.S. uniform. It had
They probably bought it on Google.
Well, it wasn't just a uniform. If it had one of these, give me a second. 1 second. Let me
All right, go for it.
pause real quick.
So that's interesting.
They had one of these suckers in there too. Here's my
Oh, really?
ACA. Yeah, and then it had the LBE and everything. So it looked like somebody. Oh, I shouldn't have dropped on the ground. But anyways,
Oh,
whoops. But
oops.
I think it's heavier than you think it is.
Yep.
But
Are you on a second floor?
Yeah.
Ooh, shh.
My bad, dude. But anyways, yeah. So they found a bag full of that, and they found a bag full of what we call a flick or an LBE. It's a vest that you wear over your armor that you can put all kinds of stuff on. And they found an actual IOTV as well, which is the body armor. So I don't know if somebody left that behind during one of these raids. I would hope not.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, still got the old ACH, man.
Hopefully it's not a off of a body.
Still got the old ACH.
Yep. So that's what
There
they're
you go.
saying. Ground forces have completed the encirclement of Gaza City. Interesting. It looks like I'm just looking at the occupied zones that the IDF has. Is it going to be like a vice? It's kind of what it looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're gonna.
Or one is going to be the anvil, the other one's going to be the hammer. That's probably what it's going to be.
I think they're gonna work their way south.
I got a feeling the part that's in the middle there, where that's going to be the anvil, and
Yeah.
everything to the north is going to be the hammer. So
Yeah.
they stay in place. So
Yeah.
anyone that's getting pushed into them, they'll take care of it.
I agree.
Interesting. Anyways, let's get back to you said Moji had a good spot or a good question over here. The Battle of the
Yeah.
Bulge. Oh,
Oh,
holy crap! What was
Holy
that?
shit! I thought were you pressing a button for the show, or was that an actual?
No, that sounded like a button from the show.
It did. It sounded like one of
Markout.
freaking
You know those
dancing.
explosions? It sounded
Yeah.
just like that, man. Oh my
Oh
god,
my-
that was so loud.
That sounded
What
just like
the
Dan
hell
pressing
was
that boom
that?
button, man.
God, that was loud, man.
I was like, what
Woo.
the hell?
Damn, I wish they could pivot this camera. I don't like the stationary crap, man.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
Wow. Okay, Battle of the Bulge. You know, this is about the time where I start reading that thick ass book called Battle of the Bulge,
Mhm.
because it's the planning kind of started around this time. I think, what did they call it? The Walk am Rhein. That was the code word.
Yeah,
The-
yeah,
What is it? The Watch on the Rhine or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But wow, that was ballsy. That was ballsy.
man.
No one really understood what the actual final outcome was supposed to be. They thought maybe they were going to try to get to Arnhem, or to what was it? Or what was it? Not Arnhem. What am I thinking of? What are the ports up there? Hold on.
Oh yeah, shit. Let me see.
I think it was Arnhem, wasn't it?
I'm
they
pretty
lost
sure,
it.
I'm pretty sure you're right. It was Arnhem.
It's sticking in my mind.
No other name pops in my head other than Arnhem.
I think it's Arnhem, because that was a big port
Right.
that they wanted to take. Let me get up here.
Do the old Google map. Ooh.
Antwerp. I think it was Antwerp.
Antwerp?
I don't think it was Arnhem. I think it was Antwerp. Up towards Antwerp, at least, because that's where, I think it was up towards Antwerp, because that's a big port over there as well.
Right.
So they were supposed to slice to the west, and then they were going to go northwesterly once they got up to the River Seine, or the Seine River, and then they were going to progress up north. But what did that accomplish? I don't know. They just didn't have the resources, and of course, kind of like with a lot of the World War II battles, they outran their supply line, and then on top of that, the weather was bad during that time.
Oh.
It was like the worst winter in that region in, like, what is it, 100 years, something like that?
Man, the interesting thing, the same thing happened in World War One. The same exact freaking thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
History repeats itself. I mean, those guys are
Well,
probably
you can't predict what the weather is going to do.
Oh no, yeah. It froze and snowed them in, and
But I'll tell you one thing, it caught us by surprise, because I think we had 4 divisions on the line at that time, but they were all in various states of readiness. It was more, they were just more holding the line, because all the offensive was happening up north, up towards Aachen. There's a big offensive going on up there.
right.
And everything to the south was just kind of, holding steady until they could determine what was the next push going to be for the Allies. But the Germans caught us sleeping. A lot of people died in that. Don't get me wrong, we were able to get through it, but man, that was ballsy.
I mean, they got shelled to ground beef. Shelled to ground beef, those guys.
It's incredible. Yeah. And then the armor coming in, it's crazy, but they were able to get it done. You got Patton coming up from the south. You had the airborne surrounding Bastogne, able to hold the line. How they were able to do that, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, that's a miracle.
I mean, that's just, but the Germans were just as stretched as we were. So incredible.
But I mean, they had more experience than we did. They had, at that time, they also had better armament than we did as well. I mean,
their armor was much better than our Shermans.
They could have definitely taken us if they had more manpower. But that's the thing, though. They lost a lot of their manpower in Russia.
Yep.
So they could not respond properly to us invading from Omaha Beach. So
let me bring this up.
but yeah, there's a Band of Brothers does I think the Band of Brothers does a really good job of depicting what the Battle of the Bulge was like.
The but that's
Mark,
only the
a
airborne
drone.
portion of it. Here, let me find a good map here.
Right, that's only airborne portion, right? The
Let me
101st
see, because I think they
Screaming
actually
Beagle.
got the maps. Yep. This is
We call
okay.
them the Screaming Beagles. I don't know why. We do.
Yeah, they do. They got the maps that are in this book, which is fantastic. Let me see. I'm gonna get the right one here. Yeah, that's not the right one. I want to get the one that's further up north, because there was like a whole bunch of different German armies that were part of this, and I want to get the right one. No. See, these are the ones that are further down. So many different battles were happening during. I mean, it was called Battle of the Bulge, but there was different individual battles that were happening during that time.
Right, yeah.
Because you had the 6th Panzer SS, the 5th Panzer SS. See, this is further south. Gosh dang it.
And those guys were no jokes. I mean, those guys were some real. They you talk about veterans of war. That's what those units were. But they were just so
Yep.
undermanned from losing people in the Eastern Front. As simple as that.
Let me see. Is this the one I wanted? Oh, that's because Bastogne was further south. That's kind of what everyone thinks of when you think of Battle of the Bulge. They always think about Bastogne, but it encompassed so much more than just that. Damn, man, I'm trying to find the right.
Yeah, they man, I tell you what. If Germany had not invaded Russia, things would be much.
Might have been a little bit different.
Us invading from Omaha Beach, from Normandy, would probably turn out a little bit differently. I mean, maybe not, but it would definitely be a damn meat grinder. That's for sure.
Gosh dang it! How do I? Can I bring this?
Like
yeah, this is the 5th Panzer. The 5th Panzer. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. God, come on.
What you looking for?
Here, let me. Can I? How the hell do I? Oh, there we go. Holy crap! This is only part of it, though. All right. Okay, see how it says up here? This map is actually in the book that I always read.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's, like I said, there's different armies, but this is just specifically the 5th Panzer against the 28th Infantry Division. And this is from December 16th to December. So this is right in, because it started on December. Actually, I think it started on the 14th, didn't it? I think it started on the 14th. Actually, it might have been the 16th, actually. I can't remember. It's one of those days. Mm-hmm. But right here, you can see the way they got the line right here. The 5th Panzer, this is his area of operation here. Right here. Mm-hmm. Because what they had to do is the different armies, and you can see you got another one. I think this is the 6th. Yeah, I think this is the 5th Panzer, the 7th. It was down here. That was all infantry. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think that's the 6th that's up here. There's also the 1st, but I think they're a part of the. I think they're a part of the 6th Army. Anyways, you can see the line right here delineating between the 106th Division and the 28th.
Yeah,
you see it right there. It's really kind of hard to see. You really got to look at this, and you can see where they were fortified. They had to come back because the line actually came across here right along the river.
Yeah,
that's where the Americans were holding the line. They had to retreat, of course, during the
Bulge,
during the attack. But you could see the axis here of how they were supposed to come. This is the direction they were supposed to come. But there was issues in this area right here. They had an issue establishing a bridgehead, so they wind up coming into the 7th area of operation. So they started using their roads to come in here so they could advance and stay on their timeline. Because again, remember how I was talking about space and time?
Yep.
They had to get there in time before the Americans started reinforcing. So that was a huge, that delaying action right there played dividends later in Battle of the Bulge. But the problem is now you got 2 large army units who are sharing the same road network. And then when you're in the middle of winter, Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
everything just turned to shit. But you can
Slush.
see here, Bastogne. This is in the beginning stages. You know, they had the 501st here, 506 was up top, then the 502nd. Then you had some airborne division up here. The 327, that was an artillery unit. And this was a task force from the Army. They were kind of out in the middle of nowhere over by Sabret. But yeah, they got eventually, you know, all these guys, they came in and they eventually totally encircled Bastogne. And that's where the famous, you know, when you start hearing Battle of the Bulge, Bastogne is like the thing. And as you can see, just by looking at the map, you got all these roads. I think it's 7, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was a 7th one. I can't remember. Oh, coming out this way. You can't see it because of all the damn stuff. Yeah. So, yeah.
No,
it was a
Bastogne
huge.
was the bulge, right?
I'm sorry?
Bastogne was the bulge, right?
Oh, it was part of the bulge. The bulge started everywhere from up here,
Mhm.
and it goes even further south. I mean, it was trying to remember. I can't remember offhand. The at the shoulders of where the invasion. I can't remember
Gotcha.
how many miles it was in between the two shoulders where everything came west. But it was something. They had huge success in some areas in the beginning, but like I said, when you had over here in I think it's Gmund. I don't know how you. I think it's Gmund.
Gemund.
Gmund. I think that's where it is. But yeah, there was different areas too, further to the south, where the same thing happened, where they had bridgeheads that they couldn't establish for the simple fact that there was just the Americans are putting up a fight for them to establish a bridge. Because in order to get armor across the river, you have to have a bridge.
Oh, 100%.
Oh man, I kind of went on that one.
No, that was a good one.
Yes, it was one of the bloodiest battles. It was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was. I believe my grandmother.
Oh, he's here in
the
the
brother there.
Mark here. You know, you gave him the link to this
I don't know if I did or not.
because he says, "What is that loud noise?"
Oh yeah. That's the drones. Yeah, that's the lawnmower man.
The lawnmower man, exactly.
Fun lawnmower.
Oh shit, man, we were almost going 2 hours. I think I'm gonna have to get ready to shut this down. We did. It's pretty good. You know, this won't be the last time
Yeah.
we talk about World War II. We'll get more into it, and you know, you guys can ask more questions. But yeah, we'll get into that.
That's
Man.
pretty cool, man. I
It
love
was
talking
pretty
about World
decent though. Not so bad. Not so bad.
War II, and then we got then we got the Civil War one. Looks like people. Again, I like where that one's going. It tells me we got an educated.
You know what? That might have to be my next show then, to get into that poll. Herman Haupt or George McClellan?
I know which one I'm voting.
Who played a bigger role? Come on.
I like that. That's so cool. I like the interaction, man. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I do too. It's awesome.
We look at this live UA map real quick.
Yeah, let me hit that one more time. Let me refresh it.
Worth reporting there. Not too much. You know what, man? I'll tell you what. Iran has been really silent lately.
They're using
Interesting.
other proxies right now. They know the deal. They know the deal.
Yeah.
They know if they if they actually get involved, they're gonna get their asses handed to them. That's what I think. I mean, we got a huge footprint in the Mediterranean right now, and it wouldn't take long for that fleet to get over to the Gulf at all. And they know. And then we're also, if I'm not mistaken, I think we were positioning a lot of other air assets in the area as well. So
Man,
they
these
know what's
guys
up.
These guys are getting hammered. I mean, on this live stream here. I mean, you just hear one big boom after another. Absolutely incredible.
Alrighty.
Admiral Zhukov. Why did I keep thinking that guy was Khrushchev? I guess they have similar sounding names.
Marshal Zhukov. Yep.
Marshal Zhukov.
He was a Soviet war hero. He's lucky he made it through without getting shot, to be honest with you.
I remember.
You know how Stalin was. You know how Stalin was.
Paranoid SOB, man.
Oh my
But,
god, it's nuts. Literally.
He was legit insane. I mean, he was a psychopath. I mean,
Yep.
no way of putting that. The Battle of Kursk was just, oh my god.
Yeah, that was a
They
huge
had
battle.
the
A lot
rocket
of armor.
launchers, the Nebelwerfers, and then the Russians had their own rocket launchers too.
Exactly. And then, the Soviets, they implemented the different rings of defense. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, I remember there used to be I remember, what was it? About 20 years ago, there was a game called Battlefield 1942.
Dude, I played that game all the time. Dude.
I played it religiously, man. That was
Oh my god! Did you know they also made a different version of the Desert Storm?
Yeah, they did. I played that one too. They played.
Yes,
it was a
so
mod.
did I. I
Yeah.
used to kick ass because you used to be able to get, like, there was 2 tanks and 2 APVs that would regenerate every so often.
Yeah.
Oh, I would do some work.
I like playing the C-130, the Spectre,
Mm-hmm.
the AC-130. I used to like playing that.
Oh yeah, you could bring in some. Yeah,
And then flying around the Apache.
I loved
Oh.
flying the helicopters. I got really good at flying that stuff in that game.
Yeah, I did too, man. It was interesting because you have to, like, every time you want to move one direction, you have to counterbalance at the same time.
You had to counterbalance it, yeah.
You want to move left, you got to moving left. Now you got to start counterbalance. Otherwise, you just keep going over and over.
Did you play with the mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Mouse, keyboard. And then,
Dude, I was so good on. I used to love being an engeminier because I would go sneak into the enemy and I would drop mines, and then the tank would come rolling around and blow the shit out of them. Oh,
I remember they did that expansion where they had, like, the Pacific Theater.
yes,
And, like, Guadalcanal.
the Pacific Theater was fun, dude. You could get in. Remember, you could get into the artillery guns.
Yeah, and the ship too. You could command the ship.
That was awesome, man. God, that was so much fun.
Oh man, they don't have games like that. I can't play Modern Warfare, where the hell that thing is. I
played Call of Duty for a while.
I like that. I like that Battlefield stuff. That is so cool to me.
Did you ever play Battlefield 2142?
I think I might have.
It was more futuristic. Yeah, it was more futuristic. Same concept, but just more futuristic.
I played one the other day where I was flying around in an Abrams, wiping out Chinese people.
God, you know what I used to hate though? And if people didn't understand the game, you could be taking a flag and you're getting ready to take it and no one else is coming to help you because they're busy doing something else. I said, come on, man.
Yeah. Hey, it's not about a high score here, dude. Can you help me capture this thing so we can win? Like, this is just how you're supposed to win this thing.
Yeah.
I hated that stuff, dude. I used to always play when I played at Battlefield 1942, I used to always have that. Whatever class had the BAR, that's when I used to play with the most.
Oh, okay. Nice.
BAR was amazing.
If I was trying to get, like I said, if I was getting the vehicles, I'd be an engineer because you could repair your vehicle.
Oh yeah, you could hop out and repair it real
hop
quick.
Out and wrench on it.
You sit there ducking behind the Jeep.
Yeah, and it's wrenching.
Yeah, wrenching away.
Oh my god, so much.
The funnest thing, I used to go in I used to play engineer. I used to go into people's. I used to go into little outpost areas. I would put landmines on the Jeeps and stuff.
Yep.
Or satchel charges. I would sit behind a bush.
Oh yeah. Or I'd hide a mine right underneath a vehicle. Yeah, when they get ready to go, boom! Oh, I'd laugh. They were pissed, man.
The physics in the game were so awful that they would go flying like 2,000 feet.
Oh, they would. They look like
hilarious. Oh man!
Oh my god, that was good. But yeah,
good times, man.
Our next show, we definitely got to do that poll for the Civil War.
Civil War, that would be amazing.
I think that would be a good one. Civil War is my damn wheelhouse, man. I still love World War II. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot about World War II, but hopefully we could get your buddy on.
Yeah, I'll hit him up. I'll let you know. I'll talk.
Like I said, I don't know when I'll have another one. I know, tomorrow. I think Saturday we got a live stream going for NorCal. That's what Dan was talking about. So we'll have something on Saturday, but we'll see what's going on maybe Sunday and Monday because there ain't no 49ers football this weekend. So I don't know if I don't know what the deal will be.
So that kid's legit, huh, Mo?
What's up?
Wimbayama. I guess he's legit.
Oh, it sounds like it. Yeah.
I need to go buy some.
He looks so freaking.
Cards.
He looks like a damn alien, don't he?
7'4" and weighs 210 pounds. What?
God, did you see when he dressed up as Slender Man?
Oh, that's scary. It's freaky.
That
man.
was weird, dude. His fingers are like this freaking long.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, did you finish
Jesus.
listening Ghost to Ghost?
I did. I had a good time listening. I love Ghost.
Some of those callers coming in, you know, that's a
Some were
bullshit.
some. 38 points. Okay, yeah, dude's legit. Dude's legit.
Wow.
Time to go buy some basketball cards at Walmart and see if we can strike the big boys.
Yeah, no kidding.
But anyway,
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining tonight. We had a nice discussion.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
we stayed pretty focused on World War II. We got in a little bit of
No,
other
we
stuff,
did.
but yeah,
No, it was fun. I had a
yeah,
good
it
time.
was. What the hell is this? Come on.
I think you got a new subscriber. I believe my old man subscribed tonight too.
Hey, right on. Good deal.
We'll
Make sure you guys hit
that.
that. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Appreciate it. You know, help out the channel. And hey, join for the next episode. Just kind of keep your ears. What is it? Ears to the ground, and maybe you'll be able to see when we're going to come on again. Really don't know yet. We'll see how that goes. Definitely NorCal Sports Network. Definitely on Saturday. So we just on World War III. We're kind of doing that almost on a daily basis right now.
I was gonna say.
Kind of doing
It's
that on a
happening.
daily basis.
It's happening, my friend.
Golly, man.
Jesus.
Every day I'm shaking my head, just going, what else? Like I said, I think we're going to have to resort to AI, to be honest with you.
You
We
guys
can't
see
do this
that-
no more. The human
guys-
race has totally and utterly failed.
Did you guys see that thing I sent you guys, the Daily Mail, the other day with those people chanting on that?
Yes.
Yep.
What is going on, man?
I don't know. I don't
Like
know.
I said, this is
Repeat of history. Repeat of history. But
they do it live. Yeah. Dan knows what's up. He's just messing around. He knows what's going on.
oh yeah.
But yeah, hey, like I said, I don't know. We'll see what the next time we'll go on. Maybe Sunday. I don't know. We'll see what Dan got's planned for the weekend as for NorCal. I don't want to be in, you know, what do you call that? God, what did I just brain farted? Conflict. Don't want to conflict with that.
Conflict.
Exactly.
Maybe next time, Charlotte.
Yeah, maybe next time, Shadow. We kind of got going good here, and it's already, we've already gone 2 hours, so
Yeah.
we gotta call it quits at some time. Otherwise, we'll be on here forever. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, wouldn't be a bad thing, but got
No.
other things to do. All right, guys, tune into the next one. Like I said, we're going to focus on the Civil War with that little poll, not on the whole Civil War, but we're going to get specifically in that topic that I talked about between Herman Haupt and George McClellan. That would be a fun discussion. Absolutely.
Yeah, that will be.
Maybe guys, go do your homework. It looks like you guys are. I like the trend. I'm enjoying the trend of where it's leaning.
The way it looks, people are doing the research. And
There
they're
we
getting
go.
educated. I like it. It's
Awesome.
cool.
All right. Well, thanks, Will. Thanks for joining. And
Yeah, man,
catch you guys
appreciate
on the next one.
Happy to be here. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Deuces.